Hello everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. Filipino hospitality is known all across the globe with a customary greeting to a house visitor like "Kumain ka na?" or "Have you eaten?" The Lim siblings have found a way to capitalize on that hospitality and their fondness for hosting friends and family at dinner gatherings. Enter Three Dots, a contemporary resto-bar in Greenhills, San Juan. Let's find out more about Three Dots. We'll be speaking with the Lim siblings, Francis, Sean, and Tyrone. Good morning, Lim siblings.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. I was about to say that you're one of the youngest guests I've ever had, but I had two younger ones in high school, so this is exciting. I love the fact that siblings can actually work together and make the business work.
Yeah.
So, Three Dots means the three of you, right?
Yes.
How did this start, Frances?
Actually, yes, you're correct. Three Dots is because the name is because we are three siblings. And actually, we wanted to have three main goals for the concept. So we wanted to have good food, good drinks, and good ambiance. So we wanted to make sure that the concept is very holistic and it's meant for everyone, all ages, whether you're young or a bit older, like your grandparents, everyone can enjoy it. But at the same time, at night, if you're looking for a place to go, we also have a good bar program for cocktails.
All right.
Yes.
Sean, how did you get roped into this?
Well, I've always been fascinated with mixology. Like I actually had my 18th birthday in like back room in Shangri-La Fort, and whenever we travel, we'd always I'd always like make a checklist of like all of the best bars I had to go to, and I actually line up I line up in the let's say the #1 bar in Hong Kong, #1 bar in Singapore, and so I've always been fascinated with that world, and so that's how I was roped into it.
Tyrone, you don't look like you're old enough to go to a bar.
Not really, not really.
So, what is your take or what is your part in the Three Dots business concept?
My part is I love to cook, so
Okay.
I'm in charge of the kitchen. So Sean is part of the bar, Francis is part of the back of office. So primarily for me, I really love to cook.
Yes.
So with that in mind, I had to really create a menu since we love to cook at home.
So you're the feeder of the family.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
I cook for my mom, I cook for my dad.
Oh, is it a pressure to cook for your family? Or
Not really.
Whatever I make, you don't have a choice, eat it.
No, he
Before-
cooks really well, actually.
Yeah. Before I didn't really know how to cook well, but eventually when I got older, I really learned how to cook much better.
Did you go to culinary school?
No.
So you're a school of hard knocks. So how did you figure out how to? There's food costs. It's a business.
Yes.
So you've got food costs. You need to know how to price your dishes to make sure that you optimize profitability. Have you learned that?
Yes, of course. Actually, when we started our Basque Manila in 2020, I used to help out my sister here when we make the cakes. So she used to also help me understand profitability, cost. So it's really something that I used to do even when I was very young.
Wait, how young are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19, so you're still in college,
Yes.
and you're also running a business. How do you deal with that balance?
I deal with that balance because I'm not really in Three Dots every day, but when they need me, I'm there. So usually during events, I'm usually the one helping out in the kitchen. I'm the one busting out the food. So I usually ask the kitchen if they can handle it. And if they say that they need an extra hand, I'm there to help.
And Sean, of course, you are also one of the backbones of the business. I mean, the beverage program is very important.
Yes, it is.
Is the Greenhills market competitive? And why do you think what makes Three Dots unique versus the other competitors in the area?
That's a really great question. I think that the Greenhills market is starting to know more about like specialty cocktails and like what how we view ourselves, that we push the boundaries of what cocktails can be in the Greenhills area. And so, when people go to the space, they're kind of like amazed by the ambiance, and then they try a little bit of the food, and then they look at the menu, the cocktail menu, and they're like, oh wow, like maybe it's something I can check out, I can try. And so, we're slowly trying to, know more about like, the market and how they're responding to it. But then so far it's been really great. Like a lot of people are more adventurous into trying the unique cocktails that we serve in Three Dots.
Okay, there are a lot of bars around the Philippines that say, yeah, we offer unique cocktails. How unique are yours?
I think from the beginning we've always had like that global mindset in mind. We've I think as siblings we travel a lot. And so we kind of put our own like lived experiences into the cocktail program. And so I say that our cocktail program is basically classic cocktails that we reimagine to fit our love for storytelling. And that's how we say it's unique.
Frances, you seem like you are the CEO of this threesome, right?
Yes.
Your parents actually are in a different business field. Your mom's in real estate and retail, and your father is in automotive.
Correct.
How did you? Why F&B? That's a completely different jump off, and it's equally as hard.
Yes. Actually, it's been really fun. So when I graduated college, I worked first outside. I actually worked at finance. So that gave me a good insight into how different businesses work. Actually in the stock market, so different industries as well. I learned about how F&B works, how the car industry is, how telcos or power, all of that. So now that I'm out of corporate and doing my own thing now, it's very insightful to have that kind of experience. So it helps me manage different things. At the same time, I actually also work for my dad. So in the day, I go to work in my dad's office, and then after, or if there are events, then I go to Three
So you
Dots.
don't sleep.
Well, Sean does most of the night stuff.
Okay, let's talk about Tyrone. Your space transforms from the morning to evening. So there's different identities of the space throughout the day. So you are a intimate bar at night, a cafe during the day, and in the morning, is it a coffee joint?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
So how do you prepare your culinary overtures to make sure that these three different identities are optimum for profitability?
We actually our food is served even
day.
it's
All
the
day.
same, it's
Yeah.
all day. So
You have one menu for the whole day.
Yeah, one menu.
when we
for the
started Three Dots, we had a lunch menu, then a dinner menu. So we had rice bowls and lunch. But we realized that it's not really going to be so profitable because our lunch sometimes is not really that popular compared to dinner. So the stocks of our lunch wouldn't really be super popular, and it won't really sell out. So we decided that we will just do an all-day menu.
Well,
And who does the brainstorming? Who do all three of you sit down and say, all right, this Tyrone tells you, this is the food I want. Sean tells you, okay, this is the pairing that I want. And then Francis says, can we afford it? What's the price point? What are the margins? Is that the way it works with the three of you?
Pretty much, yes. We kind of like offshoot ideas from each other. We're quite young, so we're always on like social media, searching for new ideas, and so we just send it over to each other, like, oh, maybe we should do this, or maybe we should do that, and we look into the feasibility of it. So we, R&D it as usual, and then we cost it, and then
And then we make sure that there's enough supply, because
Yeah.
sometimes, like it's nice, it's pretty, but it's hard to get stable supply. So, yeah.
I've had on the show siblings that work together, but what the parents did was to give them quote-unquote different kingdoms in the F&B business. The three of you working together, has there been difficulties because you work under one corporation, although different facets of it? But are there any bickerings back and forths with regard to the operations, the food offerings, the beverage program, or even entertainment?
Yeah, of course. There are a lot of
The
times
truth.
where there are a lot
Just
of
being honest,
times
yeah.
where our tastes are also very different. Like even in cocktails, for example, Sean tends to like creamy drinks, while I like neater and more spirit forward. So yeah, we have to like balance that.
compromise.
Yeah, but normally what we do actually is we just extend the menu. So we make one that caters more to people who like his taste, and then make another one that caters to people who like more similar taste profile as me. So yeah.
What have you learned, Tyrone, from your parents when it comes to business in general?
Making money is not easy. Also, hard work really needs perseverance and determination, because there are days that you can't just slack off. You have to go to the restaurant. You have to work, especially if there's a lot of people. You need to help bust out orders. So it's really hard. It's really hard.
What about you, Sean? You just recently did a guest shift at Dara in Hong Kong. How did you represent Three Dots?
So, well, I brought over the menu as, you know, I brought three of our drinks. So I brought one with like our martini style called Forage, a highball style that's based on an El Diablo called Tails, and our take on like a margarita style that's stirred called Ikigai. And so that's how we represented Three Dots. We brought over these drinks to Dara, and to great success. Like we were, you know, we sold out. And so I'm really, really happy knowing that there were so many events also happening at that time in Hong Kong. Because it was during the period where they were going to announce the basically the top 50 bars in the world.
Yes.
And so there were like over 100, 200 events happening at the same time.
And you made it. That's so
yeah.
cool that you guys guested on, you did a guest shift. And I heard that you pair the cocktails with Spotify music. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So
Or original haikus in your playlist?
yes.
That okay, what did they say? It's popping in your language. Maybe Sean's language, Tyrone's language. But let's get more into that later. We're just gonna take a quick break. Trade Talks at the High Life will be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Trade Talks. We continue our conversations with the Lim siblings. They are the people behind Three Dots. So before the break, we were talking about your guesting in Hong Kong and how you pair your cocktails with haikus, music, and the like. What about you, Tyrone? Do you pair your food with music as well? What are your inspirations?
I usually pair my food. Actually, Sean's cocktails are really more on the pairing. But for the food, sometimes they ask me if I can think of a dish that I can pair with their cocktails. So, with that in mind, I usually try to think of some savory foods, such as small bites, that I can mix with Sean's cocktails.
Oh, what's your favorite?
Favorite? Probably like ricotta, fried ricotta, with
Yeah.
a little bit of hot honey.
We're going to lunch right now, so now I'm thinking what to eat. But about the cost of operating, Frances, how do you manage that?
I guess at first when we started out, it was a bit difficult also because we never really had like a real F&B background. So it took us a few months to figure out staffing really. Like on weekdays, how much staff do I really need in the kitchen, in the front? How much staff do they need to be on weekends especially, or when it's really busy? Yeah, but after a while we figured it out and now we're already very stable, I'd say.
How many months have you been operating?
10 since January of
That,
this year.
and how's it been? How's the reception?
Actually, really good. I'd say that's probably one of like my proudest moments is that, you know, when you start a business, you don't really know what's going to happen. You don't know if people are gonna like it. But after a few months, it's been doing okay. Yeah.
So who helped you finance this whole business, the three of you? Mom and dad?
We had some angel investors, I would say.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
So
but
mom and dad were not
majority
involved?
No, they were also involved.
They're also involved. So do they have to pay when they go to Three Dots?
Yes.
It depends. We give them a discount. You know, we give them a
Freebies,
discount.
but
Freebies.
still pay, yeah.
Okay, that's a very good business model when everybody has to pay because it is a business. Do you three plan to expand to different areas in the Philippines or Manila at least?
Yeah, actually, we are looking to expand.
After 10 months, that's bold.
It would be nice if we could have another branch actually. But in terms of the location, we're still choosing.
Okay,
Yeah, so nothing final.
What about the area? Makati, Quezon City? You're looking at
I think something a little bit more south.
Yeah, a bit more
Alabang.
south. No, maybe like Makati or BGC. Yeah.
Oh, that's already south to you.
No, I,
Well, we come from the north, so that's why.
That's why, to me, I get bothered sometimes. Like, what? That's south already? But I live there. That's not south. So, okay, what's interesting about Three Dots that other restaurants don't have, Sean?
I think that what we offer is what's unique. We've always said that our story in Three Dots is like you went to our house for a house party, and I think that particular experience, kind of extends into our hospitality when you're there. It's a bit cozy, it feels warm, and I think that you can't really capture that in other places. And I think that's what makes us sets us apart from other places. Yeah.
Okay, well, in the business sense of putting together an F&B business model, have you, Tyrone, taken like F&B courses, majors, and stuff like that?
I just love to cook.
Like, you're not gonna go to culinary school?
I don't have plans yet for now, but I just really have a passion for cooking. And I
food.
really love to cook at home. So usually every day, my parents wait for what I'm gonna cook for lunch or dinner.
Really?
Yeah.
I think yesterday you cooked katsu curry, right?
Yeah, we had curry yesterday. Today we had kimchi jjigae.
But don't you think that it would be best for your cooking passion to go into culinary school so you know the basics or you know the fundamentals?
Actually, yes, I think that it's really important to have a culinary background and experience. But for me personally now, having a restaurant, I really understood how the restaurant runs and the basic fundamentals just from operating the kitchen.
Yeah, some people are born just to cook without having to learn, no? In a formal setting. Is your menu an international menu? What's the cuisine?
I'd say it's like Asian Western.
Asian
Yeah.
Western. Well, you're a baker.
Yeah.
Did you go to culinary school as well?
No.
So where did this come out of?
When I was younger, I would go to baking classes like
Okay.
every summer. Yeah, and then I would bake at home also.
So
But no formal training.
But do you use your baking skills as part of the business of Three Dots?
Yes, so actually, like Tyrone said earlier, we started with Basque, which was my online business before, back
Yes,
in the
with
pandemic.
cheesecake.
Yes,
I
the
remember
burnt
that.
Cheesecake.
That was sent to me during the pandemic.
Yes.
Yes, you made me fat.
Yeah, so actually since then, we've been continuing the business. So when we made Three Dots, actually I wanted it to be a bakery, Sean wanted it to be a bar,
Okay.
and Tyrone wants a restaurant. So we were like, you know what, let's just merge all of that together and like let's put it in this one concept. So yeah.
What are the difficulties that you have encountered as a first-time restaurant or bar owner, Frances?
I guess like people's tastes are very different. Yeah, so sometimes like people say that our taste is a bit too bland, or sometimes naman it's too salty. At first it was really hard to figure it out. Yeah.
What about you, Sean?
Well, it's our first venture into F&B, and we don't have like any formal training. We don't really have a background. I think like for me personally, it's like being in the front all the time. I'm the one who's usually there, dealing with like customer complaints. I think it's like something that we had to like overcome.
We'll talk about that after I ask Tyrone. What difficulties or challenges did you face with Three Dots?
For me, I think customer complaints is very customer complaints because sometimes customers, they're gonna eat their food, then sometimes halfway done they're gonna complain and say, I don't like it, it's not good, it's raw. So sometimes we have no choice but we have to serve them a new one. And I think that's really one of the hard parts of owning a restaurant.
How do you deal with it, Sean?
So personally, since I do the front of house, if someone really complains about their food, we try to compensate by giving them, let's say, a complimentary non-alcoholic shot. That's something that we frequently do in Three Dots. Our goal, and I tell this to my team all the time, don't let the guests leave unhappy. They always have to leave happy, albeit like a small little gesture. Let's say we give them a bowl of ice cream with like a little handwritten note from our team, or you know, a shot to kind of signify how you know, when you're here, you feel like family. If you don't really like what we're doing, at least this one will help.
I think you can give lessons to classic restaurateurs at this point. What are your proudest moment, or what is your proudest moment rather, since opening Three Dots, Frances?
I guess when we opened, the very first time that we had the very full house, like that was probably like my proudest moment. Like there was like a line outside and all seats were taken, not just the dining, but even the bar and even the mall side, it's all full. And then there was a line and we were like, how do we handle this? Like we don't know.
Panic.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it was the very first time. And then yeah, so it made me feel proud because like I don't know these people anymore. They're not just like my friends and my family. And it feels really nice to see that there are people who appreciate the concept that you thought of and you executed.
What about you, Sean?
For me, I think I'm really proud of the people that we invited over to Three Dots, because we're super new. We just opened, and yet like our friends from abroad, they want to come and support us. You know, just recently we hosted Angelita from Madrid. They were just named 51 in World's 50 Best. And a couple of months back, we hosted Old Man from Hong Kong, which used to be #1 in Asia. And the fact that these big names want to go to us and they bring their creations to our community is just something I'm really,
That's
really proud
pretty
of.
cool, actually. Tyrone?
I'm really proud that the customers really love the dishes that I've created, such as the Three Dots burger, the tuna tataki, but especially the burger, because my siblings they weren't really supportive of what they really did want to have a burger in our restaurant because they said it's a little bit messy. But I told them that maybe we should try. And now it's one of our most popular dishes.
All right, you know what? Normally I ask this from my guests, these 3 questions, which is, what is your worst investment, what's your best investment, and what's your favorite mistake? But I'm not gonna ask the 3 of you that today. This is historical because I'm not gonna ask you, but I wanna know what each, very quickly, what each of you have learned from each other through this journey. Frances, what have you learned from Sean and Tyrone?
Actually, I learned a lot from Sean. Back when we were starting out, no Three Dots yet, we were just R&Ding for the concept in our house. He would make drinks at home. And I'm so proud to say that from then and like 1 year later, his drinks has improved so much, like so much better now. And I can,
She's saying that your drinks before were
no, because I tell him like, Sean, it's a bit too sour, it's a bit too sweet. Now it's actually more balanced. So I could say that he really grew a lot and he really like went out of his comfort zone to meet these people, to learn, search online, and also by experience of going to these bars.
What about Tyrone? What did you learn from him?
I
What
learned
did I learn from you? Actually, to keep the fun and the family love like still intact.
Nice.
Yeah, like it's always nice to have someone younger and to make things light. And at the end of the day, like if you get so stressed, you remember that at the end of the day, like it's our family bond that matters more.
What about you, Tyrone? What have you learned from your 2 older siblings?
I learned to really support them. I also learned that sometimes I'm not really the one who should be the winner. I should also listen to them. I should also listen to their decisions, and I should also give my comments. So with Sean, I used to always try his cocktails before when we were at home, and I'm very proud to know that now it's much, much better.
Guys, it was great before, okay? It was great before. I don't know where this is coming from.
It's a much better improvement now. It's a much better.
Well, we have a full bar set up now, you know?
Nice.
Maybe that's why.
What have you learned from your youngest sibling and your eldest sibling?
So, firstly for me, compromise. They know this, I have a pretty loud personality. Like, I have a very strong, like, fighting spirit. And so, what I learned from my sister, for example, is to find compromise in everything. To always, find reason not to fight about like the little things. For my younger brother, it's similar. Like to always listen to everyone's opinion and really value what they think. Because at the end of the day, it's for our guests. It's not what I want. It's for the experience of our guests in Three Dots. So, yeah.
Well, I'm very excited to see where Three Dots' journey moves forward with. And obviously, once you have your next outlet, perhaps in the south, like you guys make it sound so far, but perhaps down there, so we don't have to go so far. Thank you, Francis, Sean, and Tyrone, for being on the show today and teaching us
Thank you.
how to make better drinks.
Pretty much, yes.
I'm joking, but thank you so much for chatting with us and making sure that our audience knows how siblings can actually work great together. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Cignal Channel 24. Thanks for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel, always on top.